Hey gaming fans, so I have an Exodia deck profile for you. So this one is updated with the January ban list that's coming out to 2024. So I added in a couple extra cards in here just because they're now legal. Anyways, let's get to the build. So we start off with obviously Exodia the Forbidden One. So we got all 5 pieces. No surprise there. Can't win without it. But this deck isn't just winning by getting all the Exodia pieces in your hand. You could also win with the legendary Exodia Incarnate. So, you can try for both types of wins in this deck. I like to also try to attack with this guy, but you could also do some tricks to get your Exodia into your hand. So that's all of what that's for. So for the rest of the deck, I decided to make this like a Spellcaster type of deck. So I got 2 Spellbook Magician of Prophecies. So when this card is normal summon or flip face up, add 1 Spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand. So we're going to get some Spellbooks to help us draw and get through our deck fast. I put 1 Jester Confit in here just because he could special summon himself in attack position. And you could use an equip spell, which I'm going to talk about later. It's just really just to get that extra spellcaster. I'm going with 3 Summoner Monks, pretty much just to get out your Witch of the Black Forest really fast. So I got 2 of those, and that's just for obvious searching. Plus she's Spellcaster again, which we're going to use an equip spell on. So these are all spellcasters. And then we got 2 more spellcasters. We got the Mathematician. What is he called? Mathematician. Basically, when this card is normal summon, you could send 1 level 4 or lower monster from your deck to the graveyard. When this card is destroyed by battle, you could draw 1 card. So you might end up sending your Witch if you have a Monster Reborn or a way to get her back, which we'll get to also later. Then I got 2 Treasure Pandas, just because they can help get those normal monsters into the grave, which are your Exodia pieces, to help with the Exodia Incarnate. So we got 2 of those. And to round out the monsters, we got 2 Effect Veilers. Again, spellcasters, and they are good hand traps in case your opponent tries to pull something funny. So that's the monster lineup. Then for the spells, we got 1 Called by the Grave, because we're only allowed to have 1 Called by the Grave in this format. The camera's a little messed up there. And then for our draw power, we got one day of peace. Keeps you alive. Get extra card in your hand. And for the new ban list, we now have access to 3 Upstart Goblins, which is good. Just to thin the deck out, make it a 37 card deck. And you might not care that your opponent gets 3,000 life if you activate all 3, because you're hopefully going to do a lot more damage, or you're going to win through Exodia. And this was the card I was talking about why we're using spellcasters. We got Wonder Wand. So you equip to a spellcaster type monster, it gains 500 attack. If you control the equipped monster and this card, you could send both to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. So you could use your Summoner Monk to bring out your Witch of the Black Forest, equip with a Wonder Wand, send it to the graveyard plus the Witch. You get 2 draw cards and an Exodia piece. So that was the thought behind that. And for our spell books, we have the Spellbook of Secrets, 3 of them, which adds 1 spell book from your deck to your hand. Pretty simple, straightforward card there. Then we have Monster Reborn. I just got that thrown in there. For the rest of these spell books, we have 2 spell books of knowledge. So you send to the graveyard either 1 spellcaster monster you control or 1 other spellbook card in your hand or face up from your field except Spellbook of Knowledge. And if you do, draw 2 cards. And you can only activate 1 per turn, which is fine. You're only going to activate, you'll probably, there's 2 of them in the deck, so not going to be an issue. And for the rest of the spell books, we have Spellbook of Life. So we got, this is another card that you could reborn, essentially. You banish 1 spellcaster monster from your graveyard and reveal 1 other spellbook card in your hand to target 1 spellbook or spellcaster type monster in your graveyard. special summon it in attack position, and equip it with this card. So you'd probably go after your Witch of the Black Forest again, just for more draw power, or get more pieces into your hand. And to round up, we have 2 traps. Obliterate, which helps out with this deck. You can target 1 monster on the field, send 1 Forbidden 1 monster or Exodia card from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, return that target to the hand. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 Forbidden 1 monster or Exodia card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So that's part of the Exodia Obliterate part. So yeah, so this is just a deck. It's an updated deck. I did a profile in this deck probably like a few years ago. But this is a little bit more different because it does have the 3 upstart goblins, and I pulled out a bunch of other unnecessary things that I thought were in there. Anyways, let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. This is just a fun Exodia. Hopefully, you know, you win either way, whether you attack, get a big legendary incarnate, or you win with the Exodia in your hand. Either way is fun. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.